Any scary moments out there?
Also looking back, what was scary was that when you're lost your identity and you're not sure, you don't know which way is upside down, then you put yourself in precarious situations that you don't even realize at the time that's precarious. And I think it has a bit to do with just tempting. You want to feel invisible again, So we did a couple things maybe 4 or 5 years ago where I look back and I go, I was super stupid.
Like what?
Just going on big open ocean, the arrogance of men, yeah, sure. What's it? It's blowing a gale. Let's go out to William Head and we'll see if we can go rocketing back downwind back to Victoria. And hopefully the Coho ferry doesn't run us over. And hopefully that wetsuit, and I just had that, I don't know. I was out with one of the best athletes I've ever been around. He's not a competitive dude. He doesn't like to compete.
Right.
But the Grizz is a special athlete. He's just a beast. And so I've fallen in 40 times. It's freezing cold. I'm way out there with the Grizz. And at the time it was exhilarating. And later I thought, I think I was kind of dancing with it a bit because I didn't know which side was up anymore. A year before that I was running around racing big races, and a year later I'm kicking a ball at the park, and my version of competition is whatever I can make up. And so I did a bit of that, and then it's cliche, but I kind of look at my kids and I look at my family, I go, I have some responsibilities I better take care of here. They don't need to hear about dad in the news that way. And so I started bearing responsibility for it. And that classic, bear responsibility, find meaning. I started taking my accreditations for touring. I started getting my wilderness first aid. I started spending time up island and getting humbled,
Yep.
How to use a fishing rod.
Yeah.
How do you put the tent together again? How do you, just humbled, humiliating, just I don't know. I just brought crackers. I don't.
I've got a small water bottle. What the heck?
Just back to basics and really humbling, where I'm being explained things in sport by people that are well-intentioned, and they're I'm thinking I've competed at the highest level, and they're totally and utterly uninterested in what I have thoughts on, say a paddling stroke. They're just you would think, you don't know anything about this. And so I'm having to just say, okay, yeah, I don't, let's do this. So let's start from the beginning. And I really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the whole thing. I've enjoyed working through my accreditations. I felt very humbled through a lot of it.
Yeah.
I felt a couple times I've had a couple moments where someone said something and I've been oh man, let's do this. Let's see who can paddle longer. I've had those competitive, I can feel the pilot light come back on. I've had it at soccer times where I'm dousing my pilot, the light. I'm going, oh, don't do that. Don't, it doesn't matter. I don't need to get into it with a 50-year-old from Saanich, and it's good. I don't know.
You seem like the type of guy who, at this point, is happier to spend time with people who don't know what you've done, right? Who meet you and go, hi, nice to meet you. Tell me a little bit about yourself, and let's go paddle, or let's go hike, let's go camp, and have no preconceived ideas about Olympic gold, Olympic silver, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's simple because you can never live up to it. As soon as the person, I had a lot of incidents where I'd be at the training center. I knew a young athlete would come in. They would introduce their parents would be with them. The folks would go east to drop off their kid to train at the National Center. And they would say the nicest things. They would be absolutely so well-intentioned. And I would say, thank you, and great to be here, and let's get to work. And then 3 weeks later, I'd be tired and I'd be grumpy. I'd be there at the pool in the morning and I'd say the wrong thing, or I'd say the right thing the wrong way, or I'd have an adult tantrum because I'm tired and I'm flawed. And you don't just fall. Like, it's not like they're just like, oh yeah, he's just having a bad day. You you tumble off this pedestal they put you on, and they just so quickly swing to, oh yeah, no, he's an ass. He's a real, and you get to this point where you're just going like, oh man, I feel like I passed the test 9 times out of 10, and you crucify me for the 10th time when I'm just tired. And it falls in the category of too bad, right? Like, welcome to the world. That's fine. That's the way it goes. But certainly when people come up and they have no idea who you are, and they just give you a blank slate and they go, Simon, okay, sweet. And then later they call you Steve. I'm like, oh, we're good, bro. Like, I'm super happy. And then from that, I've had some hilarious moments of like, go do something with, and someone later says, I looked you up afterwards. Like, you, and I go, you didn't ask. So I didn't
yeah. That's sort of like when Peter Reed is flying people on the plane and someone say, hey, you look like this guy who won the Ironman 3 times. So no. People say that, but no, that's not me.
No, that's it. Right. See, I saw that with Pete firsthand, where exactly that, the guy is like this icon of endurance sport, and he's this humble pilot. So
yes.
Yeah. I mean, and again, it falls in the too bad. Like, there's no guarantee. I'm not owed anything from it. I look at it just like I look and go, oh, I did that too. I met certain athletes along the way, and I put them up here, and then I chopped them down, and I didn't really care how it affected them. And then later I look back and go, oh, shitty. Well, that wasn't a great way to treat somebody. Yeah. Whatever. That's lessons learned.